Klansman Dan from high school. I want to talk reunion with you.
20 years, can you believe it?
That's not very mature.
The ocean and the sun, both beautiful, both deadly.
Stacy? Honey?
Welcome everybody to another Native Thoughts review. Native Thoughts here reviewing another movie. I haven't done albums, I might do an album later on. But before I go on, you could, if you are listening to the exact same audio on Soundcloud, you could watch the exact same review for the same audio format that you are listening to on video format on YouTube Native Thoughts, and same thing vice versa. If you are watching this video on YouTube, you can listen to this same audio if you want to just listen to my beautiful voice on the go, on the run, while you're exercising, while you're at 24-hour fitness, Planet Fitness, doesn't give a fuck, doesn't matter. If you have time to watch it, watch it. But if you have time to listen, go listen to it on SoundCloud. And that's all I have to say about that. Movie time, and it's The D Train, starring Jack Black and James Marsden. Jack Black plays the character of Dan, who is a proud committee of the high school reunion chairman of his year. And it is time for the 20-year reunion, and they're trying to get everybody who at least gave a fuck about the 10 years back into the 20 years. But it's hard to do that because nobody really gives a fuck about the 20 years. He's kind of he's not a loser, but he's just a self-proclaimed never did anything with his life would become a family man and have and whatever type of job, really that's all really he got in his life. And then one day he watches the TV and he realized, hey, that's Oliver, played by James Marsden, who he thinks he's big because he made it into this I think Banana Boat commercial, which is a drink. And as he goes along, he tries his best to contact him, and he realized, hey, I'm gonna try to get this guy into the high school ring because he was a popular person in high school, and it will make me popular within my own fair people of this community that I'm in, that they also don't give a fuck in the movie. And he goes off to Los Angeles, meets up with the guy, and they have fun shenanigans. I'm gonna try and keep this review short. I enjoyed the first act of this movie. I thought Jack Black was entertaining. He did not. He toned it down on his Jack Blackness, and it was so funny to see him as a not a straightforward guy, but as a normal guy, down luck. He doesn't act so hard to be stupid, but he does have his own moments. Then when you get to Oliver with him, Dan and Oliver start becoming friends, start hanging out. It becomes a really chemistry. You really like the two in the movie. You really think that they could become the bestest friend. And there's going to be points of betrayal. And there are going to be points of friendship. That doesn't last forever and shit like that. But while you're enjoying the act, the first act, you're enjoying the likeness of their chemistry. Is so hard. Then we go with... Okay, the first act is mostly Jack Black going along with the ride. You get to know his life. The second act is the friendship. It builds a lot. By the third act, wow, this movie takes a left turn. A left turn that it could have promoted itself to be like that if seen earlier in the film, but it doesn't, because you picture him, all he wants to do is become known and popular to his high school, which he never got in the beginning. And then it becomes something else, and I don't know, spoiled, but it becomes something else, and it'd be like, whoa. But then that same thing, they sidetrack it and make it to like, oh, nothing happened. When it's become a big fucking deal, it was like, no, something did happen, and they mention it here and there, but it still mostly go back into the whole idea, let's get this high school reunion to something better. That little act surprised me because it shifted the changes in the movie. Be like, okay, then where it was like a kind of a dark office type of comedy, friendship comedy, a travel comedy, it became a really black fucking comedy out of nowhere, a dark fucking comedy, and it was so fucking out of nowhere that it kind of put me off guard and made me uncomfortable with the film, not because of the position that happened to these characters, but the position that the movie put itself into. They start using more curse words, more sex jokes and stuff like that, and it really becomes like, what does the movie become end up being? It became a train, which is a fun ride, and becomes really hectic at the end, and by the end, you still get that charm by Jack Black and James Marsden, but you still get that what happened to this beginning really still affects. It's like, the fuck, you can't do that. That's still out of nowhere, but that's all I really have to say for that. But, I mean, as a review of the movie, I have to say it's good. It's not good. I had problems with it. I like that first act, but the second act where the friendship really builds, and by the third act really took me off guard and really took me of the film where it was promoting itself to be. I have to give this movie just okay. It's for sure watch it on Netflix. It feels like a Netflix movie. You're gonna have to watch this on Netflix. If you do, you might be surprised. You might think, "Wow, this movie has some balls." It has some balls, but it really doesn't play with those balls. If you know what I mean, it doesn't play with those balls. It doesn't jiggle them. Doesn't it doesn't play with them. You know, it doesn't make it aware, and then it becomes that pace. You know, it becomes something darker and darker and darker, and it just becomes left field, and it becomes like, okay, you took this kind of okay buddy comedy to make it some really dark fucking shit, and it just doesn't fit well by the end. And by the end, you go back to that same fucking buddy comedy, and it just becomes whatever. And the movie's okay, you know, the movie's just okay. That's all I have to say about this, and I hope you guys enjoy my reviews. Go like, go subscribe, listen, follow, watch, do all that. Just fucking do it, and yeah, just do that, and go watch my reviews. Go watch movies at the movies. I know I promote a lot at home, but I'm just gonna give my honest opinion of what I think. Just be at home. You're gonna enjoy it right there at your own comfort zone, and not so much with a big audience, big crowd. But check out D Train, what's on Netflix. That's all I have to say. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye, everybody.